On the road, looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets, playing here in Houston. Welcome to our 2K Sports broadcast. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, bringing you the NBA on a Monday afternoon. Tip-off goes to Houston. And the starting group for the Spurs. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Robinson in at the center, locking down the middle.
He's on the board. Early. The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
Here's Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. Back to Parker. Shot denied. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Parker. Into Tim Duncan. It's stolen by Olajuwon. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Harden to hit the stuff.
And the defense paying instant dividends. Fast break basket.
Yeah, that transition was immediate. Didn't waste a second getting out on the break. The Rockets, of course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have scoffed, but hey, they're doing something right. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Parker kicks to Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And as you guys know, the Rockets at the forefront technology-wise, too. You see coaches with electronic tablets.
Well, they installed flat-screen monitors in the locker room, highlighting stats and videos for players. So, they're trying to close the loop and create that line of communication between the numbers crunchers and the players themselves. The defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, Green. The dish to Robinson. Parker drives in. Stolen. To the inside. Harden. Robinson with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. So it's the Rockets now. Leonard with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Green.
Assist from
Leonard's got 5.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
Pass to Olajuwon. And that one's good.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Parker dishes to Green. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
They're 5 times already the lead has changed.
Here's Big Red. Back to Parsons. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
6 to shoot. Here's Olajuwon. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Olajuwon's got 6 points. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Parker kicks to Green. Leonard the pass to Robinson. The shot misses. And Houston the other way now. The pass to Francis. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Duncan. Robinson kicks to Green. Offensive rebound.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
It's Harden with the drive.
Well, for Tim Duncan with age, the Spurs have looked to reduce his minutes load during the regular season, but when he's on the court, he remains as efficient as ever. Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
That drops. The Spurs have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And the wide open shot from Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 3. Tipped away. Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. Parsons dishes to Harden. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Harden's got his second bucket of the game to go. San Antonio's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Parker kicks to Leonard. Back to Parker. Leonard on the wing. He has 7, and that one's good.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Harden outside. Here's the eraser, guarded by Robinson.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Here's Parker. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Parker's got his first basket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Harden's shot is off. San Antonio leading by 5. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
Here's Big Red, covered by Parker. Here's Big Red. Passes it to the eraser. Kicks it to Olajuwon. Nobody near Parsons. Off target from three-point range. And he gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for the eraser.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
And that one's good. Parker.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Spurs were able to take the top seed in the West once again and set themselves up for yet another deep playoff run.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
So it's San Antonio now, following the score by Houston.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
San Antonio leading by 5.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back to a number of years where the number 1 seed has had a tough time in its first round matchup only to get to the NBA Finals and in some cases win it. Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
Wow, and now it's just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Fantastic basketball in the open floor.
Houston moving it around. It's stolen by Green. Robinson passes to Leonard. There's Green with the 3. Rockets with the rebound. After the Spurs in their run to yet another NBA title, they didn't seem to have any weakness in any facet of their game.
And you know, a little bit of that was overlooked, I thought, Kevin, heading into the final series against Miami, but certainly not afterward. One of the things that so impressed me was the depth, the quality of play that the Spurs got from everybody that Greg Popovich called on. And that really was the difference. They had 8, 9 guys playing at a high level when Miami only had 1 or 2 guys most nights.
That's a great thought.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Houston shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. That's a 2 from Parker. It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, Steve Clark, what are your thoughts?
And it's really been a dominant effort on the glass. That's been the key here.
Yeah, they've established nice low post presence, which always tends to help you on the rebounding battle.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Ori is out there with Scola. Then there's Tony. And there's Skinny. And it's Murphy in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here is Splitter. Feeds it to Mills. He kicks to Splitter. Just 5 on the clock. And the basket by Ginobili.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Well, going into last season, Tiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend, and even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
And Splitter clearly, when you look at him offensively, is not a floor spacer. He's a guy who's going to finish inside. He's going to set solid screens. Even though he plays close to the basket, his field goal percentage dropped by almost 10% over the last couple of seasons. He was once superb in that area. Now he's just rock solid. But with the Spurs, in his role, rock solid is good enough.
Here is Ori. Tony the pass to Sampson. Back to Tony. Pass to Murphy. The 19-foot shot. Bank shot. No good.
Splitter still shooting over 90% of his shots in the paint, but less effective down low. Injuries perhaps a factor. We'll see if he can bounce back.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I mean, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Rockets trail by 7. Dishes it to Tony. Scola down low. He's against Bonner. Scola, no luck. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ginobili, a beautiful reverse layup. Ginobili's got 11.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Murphy, shot to stop the run. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
One thing with the Rockets that makes them so explosive is just how efficient they are in transition. They rarely miss out on an opportunity when they have a chance to put the defense on its heels.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 11. Tries it from 9. And another basket for San Antonio.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.